And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome back. The Consumer Quarterback Show, always trying to help you win, making you more street smart as a consumer, and helping you win in any marketplace. That's always our mantra around here. We got a great lineup for you on the show. Thomas Young's going to be back on the line. Cons Helping Cons got a great program where he's helping reduce the recidivism rate here in the Tampa Bay area of folks that have gone to prison, wanting to get back into prison. So he's one of our nonprofit expert contributors for the show. Brian Gordon, we're expecting Brian Gordon in Tactical Society as well. He has a security business, and he's got some really unique products that he sells. Also, he also sells inside of Florida Firearms Academy over there, helping you protect your family and protect those things that matter. Diane VANCE as well going to be on the show. Always a pleasure speaking with Diane VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage, our local area expert contributor for all things real estate and finance right here in Tampa Bay, DianeVance.com. And before we jump into this great content, I want to touch on a couple of hot listings. We got a new penthouse available for sale. This is a beautiful property, 1200 Gulf Boulevard, number 1805. Beautiful penthouse, nearly 4,000 square feet heated. You got 3 terraces, you got Gulf views, and you are on the beach. Literally, your backyard is the beach in Sand Key, Clearwater Beach. One of the best, consistently voted the best beaches in the United States and also in the world in many cases. And this is a beautiful penthouse available for sale over at the Meridian, 1200 Gulf Boulevard, number 1805, that is. Got 1,100 square foot of terraces as well with a gazebo, and just a great opportunity to live the VIP lifestyle right here in Tampa Bay. $2.67 million asking price on this property, and I believe it's going to sell soon on that. It's a beautiful property right here in Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
And giving a shout out to Replenish IV Solutions, the science of nutritional balance. So if you're looking to boost your body's immunity, which a lot of people are right now, obviously, you want to feel energized, hydrated, and replenished, this is a safe and effective way to restore your body's natural systems and with crucial vitamins and nutrients, enabling your body to perform at optimal conditions. Multiple Bay Area locations right here in Tampa Bay, Gandy. They've got a Carrollwood location and a Wesley Chapel location, or they will come to you as well. Replenish IV Solutions will send a nurse directly to your home or office and juice you up. They're going to hook you up to a vitamin infusion drip, and it's going to help you feel better and boost your energy and immune system. Replenish IV Solutions, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, Diane VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage. Welcome back, and what's happening in your world?
Well, today I'm good to be back, and today I'm going to talk about the first-time home buyer down payment credit that they're trying to introduce in the Congress, and there's $25,000 first-time home buyer down payment credit, and what it is entailing. If it is actually, it's the Down Payment Toward Equity Act of 2021 to assist home buyers.
Nice.
And disadvantaged ones to start building wealth through home ownership. It is not passed yet. However, there is a $15,000 one down payment assistance program that looks like it is going to pass. This $25,000 one is for first generation first time home buyer. It is a grant. So they can go towards the down payment. It's actually paid at closing. It's not like the old one that was a tax credit years ago. So it's under FHA. Maximum home price is $350, 3.5% down payment, of course. It's a pretty cool program. It looks like so. Average lower income, the income is at least 120% of the area median income. So the area median income is about $55,000, some change. I got to remember what it is. I got to look it up.
What area is that you're referring to?
That's Tampa Bay.
Oh, okay. So Tampa Bay, all encompassing. It's Hillsborough, Pinellas, Pasco?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
pretty cool.
Yep. So you can actually go 120% of the area median income. I think it's 55,900 if I'm not mistaken, but I always have to look because it changes every year.
Is that
So-
household income?
That is. Yep.
So both spouses cannot add up to more than 120%.
Well, they haven't actually given any rules because it hasn't been passed. Some of them are not household income. Sometimes it's just the income of whoever's on the application. So it may not be household income. That we do not know yet because it has actually not passed, so we don't have the guidelines. Of course, I'm like, well, we need more houses, so maybe they should pay sellers to actually, list their homes. I don't know. It seems like we have a lot of buyers out there.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
you can actually combine the grant and the down payment. So if you qualify for one of the grants, for instance, the bond program or the city of Tampa or city of Clearwater or wherever it's at, we have plenty of them in Florida. Let's say it's a $7,000 or $10,000 grant, then you can actually combine that with the $25,000. Now, so there is no rules about how do you show you're the first generation. That I'm kind of curious about that. The $15,000 first time home buyer credit is a different proposal. This is it's a $20,000 and $25,000 in assistance. Plus, it's a grant. It's not a tax credit, and it can be used towards down payment and the closing costs. So it's very interesting. So we should find out if it actually passes soon, and it looks like it has some legs in it. So it looks like it may actually pass. So
hey, it's one of the first things I've heard this year that actually makes sense. There's a lot of nonsense happening in D.C., but this is one that actually is, it's helping. Do you have any insights on, the National Association of Realtors and the Mortgage Bankers Association? Some of these large groups, they're obviously, pro real estate, pro lending. Do you have any insights in that in terms of, what they're doing right now to advance these opportunities?
Well, so Mortgage Bankers Association, we're a big member of, Fairway is. And unfortunately, we tend to get more involved when there's like things that don't make a lot of sense that they try to pass. Cabria is part of the FHFA, which is they're over Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, who purchases loans from everybody, they are controlled by the government. They would like to take them out of receivership and actually have them kind of be like they were before, a quasi-government agency, but it was private. Mm-hmm. And so we get involved when they pass crazy things like, for investment in second homes, they may pass additional fees on, or they've expanded the debt to income ratio from if you remember qualified mortgage from years ago, they expanded those ratios when that's set to expire this summer. So we get involved with those type things, but we definitely would be involved in this type of a program to try and I imagine the realtors as well. But it's to help build wealth through home ownership, and I think it's a great, it's great. It's not a tax credit; it's actually money they can actually use at the closing table. So it's very exciting. I'm hoping that it actually does pass, and it is it sounds like it's part of that American Rescue Plan infrastructure package that is in right now, the $2 trillion one. It's part of that package. So we should be hearing about it soon.
Yeah, if you just joined us, we're talking with Diane VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage, another prime example of our show and the way it works. It's a local area expert contributor here in Tampa Bay. A lot of the other shows you're listening to most throughout the day are nationally syndicated shows. They're in 400 markets and whatnot with Dennis Prager, et cetera. I just saw Dennis in Tampa last week. Really, really cool meeting with him, and he had a pretty cool event here. But a lot of the shows are nationally, in interest in terms of what they're talking about and doing. Our show's different. We're local right here in Tampa Bay. We're local real estate and mortgage. We've got, of course, all of the hubs on the wheel of that finance, that business, that real estate wheel, home services wheel. And each one of those spokes extending out, representing another one of our on-air expert contributors. So we set this show up almost 8 years ago as a way to serve the community as a consumer advocate. We want to help you understand your buying decisions, make you more street smart, and be a referral source basically for anything that you need related to real estate, credit, finance, estate, and tax planning. Several different types of great attorneys associated with the show. So think about this show as the hub of your financial and business wheel. Reach out to the hotline if anything piques your interest, or if you have anything, your loved one has something happen. We would love to be in touch with you and put you in the right the right hands, somebody that's going to take good care of you. 813-750-0550.
You used to call me on my
And we love it when the
cell phone.
hotline rings. 813-750-0550. Call or text that line. It's an off-air number, and also consumerqb.com. So, Diane, when you think about the market right now, it's just unprecedented times. You know, we've heard it so many times how hot it is, how things are going. Can you help identify some of the opportunities out there?
Well, I will tell you that the big thing is for people to get pre-approved. Because it does take us some time, lenders some time to actually, it usually takes about a day or so to get approved once you actually have given all the documents. We have to analyze and we have to pull credit. There's a lot of steps. It takes several hours to go through that. So that is one thing. I have people calling me and say, hey, I want to go look at this house, and the realtor won't show it to me because I'm not pre-approved. And I said, well, that is because there's a lot of houses for sale. There's not enough houses for sale. There's a lot of people looking for houses. So,
Yep.
you know, and so if you get pre-approved, and even we have a program that you can actually, it's called a to be determined. You can actually lock in if you wanted to for 90 days to actually go ahead and get approved, fully approved with an underwriter, a commitment, just like cash. And you can do that ahead of time and be all set to go. So you can actually go in with an offer that is a commitment. It's just like paying cash. So we offer that program. It's a very popular program for people. But that's the biggest thing I can stress is that's what I'm finding out there is that, you know, don't get discouraged, you know, because I know that, you know, people look at several homes, you know, don't get discouraged and, you know, just keep at it. They end up normally finding a home that they love. You know, don't get so discouraged that you end up, you know, not making a smart business move. But, you know, just make sure that you're getting expert advice from a real estate agent and from, you know, myself or a, you know, a loan officer, a licensed loan officer.
Yeah, and make sure the real estate agent is vetted. You know, you really got to vet. I had an hour-long conversation this week with it was somewhat retired financial advisor. She was walking me through the different real estate transactions that she was involved with over the years with these different realtors and just some of the bad stories. And you're like, wow, you know, sometimes you thought you heard it all, and just the way they would, you know, negotiate for the buyer almost when he's supposed to be representing the listing side. So they're not all created equal. A lot of, you know, average realtors out there and some that just really don't know what they're doing. They just got into the business. So make sure you're working with a vetted, very good realtor and the same with your mortgage side. So stay with us. More with Diane VANCE here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Fairway Independent Mortgage. And I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes, top 1% ranked realtor here in Tampa Bay. Keller Williams Realty, #1 real estate company on the planet. We'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
My friends, when choosing a listing agent to sell your home, their track record is critically important. Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of Platinum MVP Team at Keller Williams Real Estate. They're consistently rated by the MLS in the top 1% of all Tampa Bay realtors, and that's a big deal. Brandon and Lindsay are always among the top realtors in the state. Call them today at 813-750-0550.
Find them at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
My name is James DeJerome, and I produce the Consumer Quarterback Show for Brandon Rhymes. The Consumer Quarterback Show is a team, a group of like-minded professionals who partner together to provide our audience sound advice, knowledge, and information to make them wiser consumers. We work with all types of business owners and aggressively promote our local economy. We're currently conducting interviews for our expert contributors. If you own a business or know someone who would benefit from the exposure our show provides, please contact us at 813-750-0550 or online at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. We always want to help you win in your real estate deals, and if you're buying, selling, or investing, we would love to talk to you and give you the absolute best in service, the knowledge that we have accumulated, the training and support that we have with Keller Williams Realty, and all of our 80-plus categories of show consumers, expert contributors, 50-plus show partners. We got some hot listings here in Tampa Bay, so we like to feature our listings live on air on the show to help you understand more about your buying decisions. And right here in Tampa Bay, we've got some great opportunities. 1602 East MLK. This is Gill's Body Shop. This is a operational business that has been in business for 45 years. So think about the goodwill and going concern of this property and the repeat business that he's getting. 1602 East MLK, Gill's Body Shop. Great opportunity, commercial investment opportunity right here in Tampa Bay, right on a corner lot in Tampa as well. 1602 East MLK, Gill's Body Shop, available for sale. And vacant land, lots of vacant land available. I've got one on Gun Highway in Odessa. This is a great opportunity in Odessa, Gun Highway, on a waterfront as well. You got a large parcel of land, 2.21 acres, and this is on Gun Highway in Odessa, close to major roads, lakefront. Could be residential or commercial, just depending on what you're trying to do there. So you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, Diane VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Diane, when we think about business and you think about leadership and you look at, you're at a very successful organization throughout, I believe you're lending in probably all 48 or 50 states.
States, yep.
Yep, so you look at that. You look at Keller Williams Realty. What's the difference between having, the people, basically when it comes to break it down, is you say, wow, we've got our back. People have our back. We've got great training, great support. It helps you grow your team, legal side, everything. Talk a little bit about leadership and how your company's allowed you to kind of grow and blossom over the years.
So the key is leadership. We have an awesome CEO. He is probably the best CEO. I don't think he knows how good he is. He literally is on phone calls with us and Zoom meetings. He's very transparent, tells us what to do. And what he's done is he's hired excellent leaders. And he's hired excellent people to, he's looking for the future. The mortgage loan officer is, in the older range. So we've hired a lot of younger loan officers, and a lot of his executive team are, younger and, very experienced, but they're younger, and he lets them lead like they want to lead, and they're probably the best. Like our underwriting managers are probably the best that I've ever experienced in the business. I have an assigned underwriter, and she is awesome. But the leadership across the board, our secondary market, across the board, they're just the best. And they all want to help you. We always have support. And I'm sure it's just like Keller Williams. If you need support, they let you run your branch like you want to run because they know the local market. However, I have the support of my entire company. We have 9,500 employees, and we're in the top 5. And I think we're number 1 FHA. I believe we're close to it. I don't know. I have the numbers out from last year, but we are up there in VA and FHA. We're number 1 lender for USDA. So we make things easy. Yeah, we make things easy for the loan officer, and that's the difference. It's really they want you to be successful. We're here to make loans. We're not here I love my underwriter that says, we're here to help you become successful and make a loan and figure out how to do a loan if you need help. So we have support. They have our backs all the time. We are an employee-owned company. So everything we do is based on our own stock. I mean, we get stock in our company every year based on how they do things. So it's a win-win situation for anybody that works. And we were voted number one again for the sixth year in a row, the number one mortgage company to work for.
Wow.
By its employees. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's strong. And you are hiring right now. I know a lot of companies are. We keep talking about it's a consistent theme that we hear. I'm talking with Fred Muth over there at Tampa Screens and Aluminum. They're looking for good people. Just so many different people are looking for good people. Interviewed for a pool. We're putting a pool in our home, so we interviewed, and same thing. People just they've got the business there, but they just don't have the qualified people to run the business and hire. So yeah, when you look at that, how do you go about that? Is it referral based? What works best?
It is. Ours is referral based. That's our employees actually. So I talked about an underwriter. Our underwriter was recommended by another underwriter that came to work for Fairway in another office or another area and recommended her. And of course, I was lucky enough to actually talk to her, and she's awesome. So it's usually by another employee. Referring somebody. But we are always hiring good people. I mean, there is some companies out there that have sold. They're owned by hedge funds, things like that. And they may have sold to somebody else. So a lot of times we know when you merge with somebody else or get sold to another company, there's a lot of changes there. So we're always open to talking with those folks. I have a set of, standards. My team actually made up of what we want people to be like. And so that's the way I hire because that's what's important to everybody. And it's like three things that are very important to them, professionalism, responsible, those type things. And then we break it down a little bit further, but they tend to refer others and other people refer to us, and that tends to be our best way to hire.
Yeah, when you're attracting people in, early on in my career, I had my own brokerage, and I was just kind of trying to take anybody that would come. And it's really, you learn the hard lessons over time, and it's being selective. We've been slowly growing our team, slow and steady, and just interviewing, really good people, putting the time in. Lindsay does a great job with the management side and hiring and training and teaching the basics, how to put a listing in the MLS, how to put together a sales contract. Those are things that a lot of times people, they get into real estate business and maybe they come from a sales background and they have a little bit of an idea of what they're doing, but everything's a little bit different. And to have that hands-on help, the systems in place, the training, the education, the support that Fairway Independent, Keller Williams, great companies like that have, it's really priceless. And I think too many times, or at least I did when I was in my early 20s, mid-20s, and coming into the business, I just kind of assumed like, hey, I kind of know this already. I'm going to be able to get my business deals going. And it doesn't matter how many times somebody tells you, well, you got to look at processing, you got to look at origination, focusing on sales. By the way, what about your past clients, your previous clients, your follow-up? There's so many areas of business, and then you add social media and marketing into the mix.
Oh, yeah.
It can get overwhelming pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But, that's a challenge that I think some people have when they're just getting into sales or getting to a real estate space or mortgage space, is they kind of have that chip on their shoulder and think, I know it all. We got about a minute left in this segment.
Yep, I have systems. I've learned through the years. I have very good systems, and that is the key. The company has systems. I belong to it's called an Ignite group within Fairway. It's a big coaching. We have several, and we coach from within, right? So,
That's right.
So it is and a lot of good ideas and things. And, I plagiarized a lot of those folks, but anyway.
Hey, there you go. R&D, right? Rip off and duplicate.
Yeah,
everybody does it. Diane, if you can hang out with us, we got the lightning round coming up later, and DianeVance.com, Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage. Coming up, Brian Gordon's in the house, Tactical Society in the house, and gear and security. And also Thomas Young, Cons, helping Cons here, coming up as well, one of our nonprofit contributors to the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Don't touch that dial.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Johnny, let me know when you want to proceed. All righty, in that case, everyone please stand by. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on, guys. I gotta call Thomas.
Okay.
There we go. I can.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show. We help you win in any marketplace. That is our goal. Top-ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay, helping our sellers profit more and sell faster, utilizing our innovation with radio, TV, and internet marketing. A couple of hot listings here in Tampa Bay. We've got a property at 1780 Clearwater, Largo Road. This is a corner lot commercial property, industrial-style building with the large roll-up doors, so you can park almost anything in it as far as vehicles go. 1780 Clearwater, Largo Road, great opportunity. 40 to 50,000 vehicles a day coming by. Major thoroughfare here in Tampa Bay on Clearwater, Largo Road. Great opportunity to own real estate here in Tampa Bay. 6513 South County Line Road in Plant City. This is a 5-acre parcel of land. You can build a home on it, plus another outbuilding or shed or industrial building as well. You've got a creek reserve in the back. Great opportunity. Fenced in, completely fenced in. And we've got about 15 other vacant land parcels available for sale here in Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, we got our friend Brian Gordon joining us in studio. Tactical Society Gear and Security. Welcome in, bud.
Hey, man. How you doing, B?
I'm doing well. Thank you. And yourself?
Good, man. Doing good.
Good to hear. Give us a little overview. What are you doing on a day-to-day? What's your day like, man?
Man, just busting out these concealed weapon permits, man, making sure everybody is ready, have their CWP license, a lot of firearm trainings.
Yeah.
And just recently started another part of my gear line, Guns and Guards. So I put together the gun aspect, the 2A aspect, and joined it with the cigar family.
Yeah, Guns and Guards. That was a pretty cool event last week with Dennis Prager in town. He's a big cigar fan, and that was what's the venue again? That was over at
David Off of Geneva.
David Off. Yeah, that's a pretty hot spot for that
man.
crowd.
That's where everybody from the cigar world goes and kind of winds down after work.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you are. locally here in Tampa Bay. I'm trying to remember, you're a veteran?
Yep, I'm a veteran Marine Corps vet. Shout out to all my Marines, Semper Fi.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks for your service. And, we love talking to the veterans. We love working with veterans, too, not only in the show capacity, but also if we're selling properties, selling real estate properties, we offer discounts to them. Quarter to a half point discount. Any veteran looking to sell or buy or invest even. You get the VA discount. You get that 100%, I shouldn't say VA discount. You get a VA discount with us, but you get that VA certificate, gets you 100% financing. Have you used that before?
Yes, I used it on my first home.
Nice.
Yeah, man, that process was it went pretty smooth, actually.
Yeah. So the VA gives you that certificate that gets you the 100% financing. One of the benefits you have of being a veteran. And thanks again for your service. Now, so you've taken a lot of that experience, I would imagine, from what you've learned in the Marine Corps into your business.
Yeah, man. And I would say probably the biggest thing I took from it was the discipline.
Yeah.
It wasn't always by choice either, by force sometimes, but that discipline definitely carried over into my business world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of some of the different movies or stories you hear about these young kids. They're today they're gamers and they're doing stuff. They lack a discipline. Maybe they're in a single parent household and kind of running over the mom. The dad's not there. Perfect example of somebody that would be very beneficial to put them in the Marine Corps or even the Army or Navy.
Yeah, man. I think this is my opinion, but I think everybody should go. Maybe after high school, maybe a year or two of the military.
Yeah,
I think it only does you some good, man.
Don't some countries make that mandatory?
Yeah,
I think some countries
do.
Some foreign
countries do. That's the requirement. But again, man, there's nothing bad that comes from it.
Yeah. I don't know, the libertarian side, I'm not all libertarian, but I think, that my side says, because I just know I wasn't fit for it. But I agree. I mean, it would definitely make our country more disciplined. It would make our country more, instill the values that we need. But, yeah, so when I talk about military, I played football at USF, but my background was quarterback. So I was recruited by the Naval Academy to play quarterback for the Naval Academy. I had a full ride offer. The congressman had to write the letter. The grades had to be right. All that stuff. So my SATs and all that were right there. But I kind of jokingly say I chickened out, man. I had a great opportunity to play in South Florida. So why would I leave South Florida?
What scared you away?
Well, I think it was more about the cold. First of all, I'm from way down South Florida, so that whole your blood's thicker, thinner, whatever type of deal. Being miles away, I did have a girlfriend at home at the time. So that probably played into a lot of it for a young 18-year-old. I would have loved to play quarterback. I remember I went in and I looked at the screen and the coaches are like, yeah, it's a pretty simple offense we run here. We're going to run an option to the right or some form of that option. And you just count the number of players on one side of the field, you count the other side, and you determine, can audible or even sometimes just do a check with me.
Right.
If the play is called to the right, you just call the check with me and run it to the left, same play, keep it simple. But it would have been great. It would have been fun, running the option, playing it at a Division I level. The other thing was just, having to kind of square off your corners and your barracks and just everything as far as, coming from the shower to the room or whatever, you got to still walk that way and do that certain thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just tough for me to swallow all that at once. Plus the extra 5 years, I think it was, that you served on top of your sports career.
Right. So you had to give those 5 years back.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But yeah, so that was a decision, but all those that served, man, definitely, highly respect that. Greatly appreciate it. My dad was MP. Many members of my family were in military, and so it's just such a great thing to see, people that are serving the country. And it's kind of sad to see right now. Also, what's happening is, some of this wokeism is filtering its way into our armed services. All the different divisions, the branches, they're some of the stuff I've seen is just pretty interesting. Same thing with the airlines. They're talking about certain types of hiring processes that are not necessarily going to take the absolute best pilot. Mm-hmm. It's going to cater to certain ethnicities or different situations along those lines. But it's just interesting to see what's happening with that whole woke culture.
Right. I don't know. It was different, man, when I was in. So a lot of things that that's going on now in the world, we didn't, I didn't have to experience that. It was just more of a, I got to, I'm from a small little country town,
Yep.
So I wasn't exposed to, a lot of different cultures growing up. So having that experience to join the Marine Corps and travel the world, man, I met all types of people from different religions, different races.
Yep.
And, you know, they taught us that we were all green, you know, and I can't personally say that, you know, I wouldn't trade it for the world, man. It was an awesome experience. I met some great people that I'm still friends with today, man.
Yep.
And I call a lot of those guys brothers. So it's all love.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man.
Exactly, man. That's the way it should be. We're talking with Brian Gordon here, Tactical Society, Gear and Security here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And when you talk about the security side, I mean, you have that side of your business as well. So people looking to run events, et cetera, they can hire you.
Yeah, so events, we also do home and business security consultations. We also do, you know, if you wanted to have an event and you needed personal security, we do that as well. But the major staple right now, man, just because, you know, the temperature of the world right now, everybody wants these concealed weapon permits.
Yep.
They want to be safe. They want to be able to protect their family and loved ones. So that's probably been the meat and potatoes of my business as of late.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's that CWP license. And a lot of people come in from out of state, or they moved in. They're a little bit surprised. We have a mutual friend, Thomas King, introduced us in Florida Firearms Academy. And, he says they come in and they say, oh, wait, you have to have a background to get a gun? You have to wait a couple of days to get it? Because the way the leftist liberal media paints it all, it makes it sound like, oh, you can walk in, buy a gun. There's no search. There's no background check.
Right.
They try to paint it like it's so easy to get a gun.
No, it's not.
Yeah, and you need an ID.
Yes.
You got to have a clean background.
Right.
And then, of course, criminals can buy guns anywhere.
Right.
You know, on the the black market, the street corners, whatever. Talk about that a little bit. Some of the misconceptions people have.
Yeah. So, you know, with the just to be able to get your concealed weapon permit, like you said, you have to be able to, first you have to take the class, right? You have to take the concealed weapon permit class by a licensed, certified teacher, right? So just not anybody off the street can come in and say, hey, let me give you a class. You have to have a license to be able to perform that class.
Yeah.
You take that class. Once you successfully pass that class, then you at that point you fill out the background information with the Department of Agriculture, right?
Yep.
Florida. You have to pass their background check, right? And that's a stringent background check.
Yeah.
So once you pass that, you get fingerprinted, right? And they run your fingerprints in the system, in the federal system, and if that comes back good, then you get your license. And that process has been bogged down because everybody is moving to Florida, right?
Yep.
And that process has been, drastically delayed as a result of it. So it's just not you come in and you get a gun. It's not that easy.
Yeah, exactly. Training, got to make sure if you're buying a gun, you are trained properly. What are some of the key points that people need to know when they load, hold, aim, and shoot? Because, I've heard people even like loading a bullet, they accidentally let it go off.
Right.
Like, there's some really easy mistakes to make.
And that's why I tell people you got to take the class, right?
Yeah.
You have to take the class. Even if you do have your concealed weapon permit already, it's always a great idea to go get you a refresher, right?
Yes.
Get you some one-on-one training. We offer that at Tactical Society. Even if you don't come see me, please come see me. There's a lot of instructors in the area that are more than capable of giving you some good training. But please brush up on your skills and be in a position to be able to take care of your friends, family, and loved ones.
Yeah, we've got a website here, otsnation.com, otsnation.com. I know you're pretty active on social as well.
Yes, I am. Yep. Tactical Society on Facebook, and also Tactical Society, no spaces, on Instagram.
Tactical Society. Okay, cool. So, yeah, business owners out there, if you're throwing a party or having a party, you got people that can be there on security. Two different types of security. You can show force, you can show or not. You just kind of blend in.
Right.
What's the advantages there?
The advantages just depends. It's up to the person that that is requesting the security. Some people want it to be low key, where the guy blends in.
Yep.
Right. And then some people want to show a force. It's up to the whoever that's requesting the security.
Yeah, and just the show of force, I guess, is just a little bit more aggressive, showing that other person like, hey, we're here. Yeah. We got people that have our back, type of deal.
Definitely, right.
Cool. So Brian Gordon here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Tactical Society. Concealed weapons permit, the training, just in general too. It just seems like there's been an uptick in these mass shootings, and of course, the media is going to paint that a certain way, trying to force legislation, trying to take away our God-given right, to defend ourselves, and the freedoms that we have. What are you seeing in that space, man? What are your friends saying?
Yeah, man. Well, most of my friends are in the gun world, so you know how they feel about that.
Yeah.
They're not big fans of it. It's the constitutional right? So me personally, I believe in practicing that right, and I do not believe that those rights should be taken away.
Yeah.
Especially it's the bad guys committing the crimes and the good guys, I believe that should not be punished for it.
Yeah, and there's so many reasons why. Look at the video games. Look at some of these video games these kids play. What's it, Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah, Call of Duty.
You get more points for running over prostitutes with your car and shooting the thing. So we're training the kids that way. And then if you also look at the FDA allowing all these different chemicals and drugs, and every kid they're trying to classify as a certain way so they can sell more of their, it's legal drug pushing.
Right.
Legal drug dealers. This kid, back in our day, it used to be, oh, yeah, he's a hyper kid. Let him go run out in PE, come back, sit down. Now he's going to listen to, Romeo and Juliet a little bit, Shakespeare. He'll sit in his chair a little bit better, right? Let the kid go out there and run some kickball, bring him back in. But now they want to paint this kid as, oh, he's got a, what is it? All the different acronyms, right? All the different acronyms, you know what they are, but
ADHD, I believe it is.
Yeah,
right.
All those different things. Hey, it's called a kid that has a lot of energy and he doesn't really care about what you're teaching him.
Right.
So let him go run, come back in, and teach him something he likes.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of life right now too, is just people feeling the pressure to go to college, get that 4-year degree. Maybe you're not meant for that.
Right.
Maybe these kids are meant to go get a skill, go learn a skill. You can learn a lot of different skills. You can learn how to do online marketing. You can learn how to do a lot of things from home, on the computer, on audiobooks, etc., and then make a great living doing that. Or what's wrong with going out and being a plumber, electrician, an AC company, a contractor, building houses? Nothing at all, right?
Right, man. And like you said, everybody isn't meant for college, man. Some people are, might be meant for a trade. Some people might be better entrepreneurs.
That's
and
right.
I think that's one of the problems. I think that's in the school systems, that we aren't teaching our kids. We're not putting them in a position to succeed sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I think we should tailor to the kids' strengths and not just an overall blanket. This is how we're gonna teach everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Brian Gordon, stick around with us here. We're going to get more from you in our lightning round coming up. Thomas Young as well, Cons Helping Cons on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage. Plus, our feel-good story of the day. Every day we tell you something positive here. Daddy-daughter duo create YouTube channel to empower children with special needs. Stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is Diane Vance with Fairway Independent Mortgage, a member of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Please give me a call for any of your mortgage needs. We do all sorts of loans. If you would like information on a mortgage, you can text me or call me at 727-647-8199. I will take care of all your mortgage needs. Go to my website at dianevance.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man Brandon Rhymes, a.k.a. the real estate quarterback. Brandon, what's happening with the market?
Thanks, Ian. We are in a low inventory market, so any of our listeners are homeowners and would like a free comparable market analysis or a 2.5% listing, we will honor this for the first 3 listeners who call or text in 813-773-1253. Free CMA and a 2.5% real estate listing at 813-773-1253.
Check out consumerqb.com. Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here telling you something good on the Feel Good Story of the Day.
Tell me something good.
All right. Miguel Figueroa and his daughter Liliana were on a mission to transform lives when they of children with autism with special needs worldwide. So 4 years ago, Miguel tried to push his now 13-year-old daughter to start her own YouTube channel. And, quote, she said, "Well, I can't because I have autism," end quote, he told ABC News. And it really broke my heart, he says. So he transformed his basement into a studio for Toy Quest 101, a YouTube channel dedicated to reviewing pop culture. "At first, I thought I was scared because I have autism," said Liliana, and then went on to did the first video with my dad. "Now I'm getting used to it and happy with him." And Miguel says he saw an immediate change in his daughter at the very first episode in 2017. Liliana was talking more, engaging more, completing sentences, trying to pronounce words, and lots of things we struggled with growing up with autism. 4 years later, the Figueros have reached an audience of more than 119,000 subscribers. And, quote, "Our vision is to bring awareness and promotion of culture of acceptance where all kids with autism and special needs can be empowered." There's your feel-good story of the day. Awesome. I love those feel-good stories that we do here on the show. It's part of a staple on our show for a long time now. So we want to bring on Thomas Young here, Cons Helping Cons. Hey, Thomas.
Good afternoon.
Hey, how are you, sir? So we've got a, Cons Helping Cons, great organization, nonprofit, local organization here in Tampa Bay, helping folks reduce that recidivism rate.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Today's been a great day. I left the house at 5:30 this morning. I've gotten 8 fellows their first jobs today.
Nice.
I won't be back home probably for another 4 hours, but it is all good. What a blessing today.
Wow, that is awesome, man. So you're helping folks that are in prison. They're coming out. They're trying to get reacclimated back into the world. You're helping them, doing God's work out there, getting them jobs again. That's cool, man.
Thank you, sir.
Tell us what we can do. What can we do to help? What can our listeners do? How can people engage with you, and how can we help you?
I'll tell you, actually, right now, our problem is still housing. Just because there's such a lack of housing, because there haven't been any foreclosures and evictions. But I'll tell you, the rest of everything's going well. I'm able to get everybody jobs. I have no shortage of mentors. So that's the key, is having the mentors to help the guys get their jobs and stick with it and live the correct life.
Yep, that's right. And Captain Will's helping you with that as well, right?
Yes, he does. And I'll tell you, the best thing that we do with from Captain Will is we give everybody a copy of his book. And it shows them how you can start out in the ditches and you can work your way up to having a great job and a great life.
Yeah, that's the beauty of America. I mean, capitalism is still alive here in the United States. I mean, there's great opportunity. You can go out and hard work, dedication, waking up on a consistent day, being disciplined, like Brian was talking about earlier, being disciplined, and you compound that over, a period of months or maybe years. But if you keep doing it, you're going to be able to move yourself into the right position, and the sky is literally the limit.
Absolutely. And actually, that's one of the things I tell all the guys I help them when they get their jobs. I said, don't feel like you're stuck in this job. Because really the key to getting ahead in America, especially if you're a felon, is to start your own business.
There you go.
That way nobody can put any limits on you.
Nice. I love that. Talk about that. Give us a success story. Have you had anybody over the years that it really sticks out to you? This gentleman started a business. Now look at him.
Oh, I tell you, we've got a whole bunch of them. We've got guys that have started lawn care businesses, a guy who started a welding business. I had several start house rehabbing, and a lot of them got into construction and became their own contractors.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of guys right now making 6 digits a year.
Wow. I love that. Just the opportunities are there. Endless opportunities. Thomas Young, Cons Helping Cons. And the best site to go to is Facebook, right, to find you?
Yes, sir.
Cons Helping Cons. I think it says free to serve, right?
Correct.
Cons Helping Cons. Thomas Young, free to serve if you want to engage. Also, you could reach out to our show hotline as well, the 813-750-0550. Call or text if you'd like to support and help in any way. 813-750-0550. All right, let's go around. We're going to do our lightning round here. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Diane VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage.
Hey, Brandon. Yes, I wanted to correct. It's $55,360 is 80% of the income. and 100% of the median income in the Tampa Bay area is $69,200. So I will update as we hear what goes on with the federal government and Congress and the new act. So we'll see what ends up coming through for first-time home buyers.
Nice. So there might be some relief on the way for first-time home buyers. Yep. And there's also local money. Sometimes you can reach out to municipalities. You can find grant money, different programs, SHIP programs, different ways that you can access those types of funds as well.
Yep. A lot of bond programs.
All right. Brian Gordon, Tactical Society. Top tips, nuggets of advice, sir.
Top 3, protect yourself, protect your family, protect your business. What's your life worth?
What's your life worth? That's right. That's right. Get that CWP, get the concealed, have it just in case. What's the old saying? Better to have it and not need it.
That's right, baby.
Than need it and not have it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thomas Young, Cons, helping cons.
I'll tell you, I tell all my guys, be spiritually aware and be thankful for everything that happens to you, because everything happens for a reason. God has a plan, and just stick with it and do your thing.
That's right. Yeah, I like what you said one time, too, just throughout the day, between meetings or as you're stopping at a stoplight, throw up a quick prayer. Say thank you. I'm sitting in this wonderful vehicle at this red light on roads, and I'm headed to my next meeting. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus, for the life that you've given me, the opportunities that you've given me. I love that story you told one time, about 15 seconds to you, Thomas.
And actually, people sometimes are amazed. I tell them I pray probably 50 to 75 times a day. Just those little prayers of thanks.
That's
right.
And
I do find the more thankful I am, the more blessed I get.
That's right, man. It's amazing how things pile up. We serve a great God, and he's doing a great job through your organization as well. Cons Helping Cons. Great job. Another great show today. Thanks so much. I appreciate everybody that helped put this show together, all our great producers, everybody behind the scenes putting it together, and we appreciate you tuning in. We want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community, and we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.